Sometimes you can register to be a nonprofit organization and you can get a fiscal agent, someone to be the sponsoring organization that collects the money on your behalf and does the bookkeeping for it and pays the bills, because you are new and you're learning about the structure and compliance issues with 501c3 organizations. And so there are organizations that are well structured, and there's some policies and procedures in their organizational bylaws and whether or not they can be a sponsor. But that's also a good way for you to focus on developing your programs and services. In other words, taking your passion project and fitting it into the square pegs and the round holes that that passion project belongs to. So when you're taking your passion project and moving it through the continuum, you're beginning to organize it. And let me see this question. Okay. Yes, you can. Let me do this one more time. I'm gonna fix it, y'all. Can the board members donate money, space, and product to nonprofits? Yes. Okay. And sustainability. So yes, board members. So I'm gonna give you this thing you heard: give or get. So board members can donate space, time, money, talent to the nonprofit organization, and it could be documented. So for example, if you're a small organization and you need to raise X amount of money, the first people that should be able to help you raise money are board members. Either they give it or they get it for you. It's called a give or get. And based on your operating budget of what you need to raise to run the organization is where you start. And maybe you pass the hat, or maybe you have fundraisers, or maybe you have individual conversations with the board members about financially, what are their strategies and goals for helping to raise money. And that's called a fund development plan. The fund development plan is key for board members to be involved in to help raise the money or get the money through relationships and grants and revenue streams. And then that comes into Dr. Swilly Wood's question, sustainability and revenue. For nonprofit organizations today to survive, they have to have sustainable programs and services. There is nothing that is free at a nonprofit organization. Be careful in your language when you say a service is free. It may be complimentary, it may be underwritten by someone, but it is never free. Someone has paid for that free book bag, free turkey, free bicycle, that laptop, that scholarship. It's been paid for by someone. So this is also a key part of the fund development plan. When you are looking at your operating budget, you have to break down, excuse me, where the money is coming from and who's going to help get the money. The highest turnover at nonprofit organizations are fund development officers. Those are the people who are required to raise money for the organization, plus raise money for their salary. The lifespan of a nonprofit fund developer specialist or fund development director is about 18 months, and it's really hard because in the fund development plan, you have got to look at potential revenue generating activities that help to underwrite the cost of doing business. Yes, grants are good. They're great. That's money that you ain't got to pay back, but it's not free money. There's strings attached to it. There's reporting attached to it. There's compliance attached to it. And there's contract deliverables attached to it. So when you take people's money to deliver a service, you must make sure that you're delivering that service. If the grant is for to pick apples and only apples with that grant money, guess what? You can't pick oranges with that grant money. So if that grant hired someone, the money was used to hire 2 full-time apple pickers in the reporting process and the contract deliverables. Guess what? You can only report the apple pickers. If the apple pickers picked up oranges and it's reflected in the report, the contract manager or the funder for the apple picker is going to say, I'm not paying for that. That's not what my funding is for. I understand that the oranges need to get picked, but our mission and vision is to support apple picking. And you said in your proposal that you can pick apples, and that's all I'm paying for is apples. When you're developing your fund development plan, you need to look at what services can generate revenue. Can some services or activities be created that have nothing to do with the organization that creates a revenue base? And that also talks about sustainability. Let me do this one more time. I just want to make sure that I answer that question. Okay, so sustainability and making sure you stay on task. You should also look at, with the board of directors, your strategic plan, which is your vision statement, your mission statement, and your value statement or core values. And you should make sure that that passion project is still, the passion project is a part of your vision, mission, and core values. It may need to be adapted and tailored because now you have larger overhead. Your program now has staff. You have brick and mortar, or you have services that you need to provide. So in looking at your passion project that's now a nonprofit, how do you develop the budgets and line items and revenue streams that can relate and benefit your organization? So let's use the Overtown Youth Coalition, who is hosting and sponsoring today's webinar for Passion Project to Nonprofit Organization 501c3. They may decide that they want to sell products. Now, they have the right to sell some things, but would it be appropriate for the Overtown Youth Coalition to sell products like, this is just Metris talking, I'm going to use CBD oil. This is just me. Now, I would say no, although that it's lucrative, but the mission and vision of the organization, which is to ensure that youth have access to quality services and education and health and well-being, in CBD oil, don't line up. So you have to be careful of the products and services. So yes, we can sell t-shirts. Yes, we can have bake sales. Yes, we can have fish fries. Those are fundraisers. Those aren't sustainability opportunities. Owning an asset, which is, I'm not an attorney. I'm just giving you revenue streams. Billing for services. The Overtown Youth Center could offer music classes at a premium charge that is used for revenue to underwrite the cost of their tutoring. And so maybe the music classes that are being offered for a premium charge isn't necessarily not offered or marketed towards their current target population. Maybe it's just a general offering to everyone. The money raised or earned, let me take that back, the money earned for offering music classes goes to underwrite programs and services. So it's like a win-win, because everybody knows the Overtown Youth Coalition provides capacity building and technical assistance for nonprofit organizations serving children. However, this premium revenue generating product is created as a line item to help underwrite the cost of that. There's people who would gladly participate and take a harp class, a music class, or a dance class with the Overtown Youth Coalition because they're getting more bang for their buck. They're taking a music class, but they're also helping a nonprofit organization develop a sustainable revenue opportunity.